Hi there, I've been waiting for you. Pastor Charlie here with New Hope Lutheran Church. Welcome to the Toolbox. Now, by now, you are probably aware that there are different types of wood. And each type of wood has their own properties, good and bad. Oak, for example, let me bring it around and show you a little better. Oak is known for the beauty of its grain and for its strength, its toughness. It's a very dense wood, which is what makes it that way. But it takes a long time to grow oak, and that's one of the reasons it's expensive. And, well, it's hard on saw blades as well. It dulls them a lot faster than other softwood, for instance, wood. Now, if we want to rate our wood, I made a chart here to do that. So the first one is oak. So the cost is kind of high. May not work for you, but it looks good and it's very durable. It checks those boxes. Another wood of choice is spruce. And I've got a little chunk here. Spruce is known as a wood of choice for the framework of houses because it's got an okay amount of strength, but it also grows quickly and it comes at a good price. The downside, of course, is that spruce doesn't really have a very attractive grain, so it's hardly used in places you would want to beautify and make look good. It's hidden behind the walls normally, and if you use it for something like flooring, it's not durable. It'll start to wear and you'll get grooves in it after a while. So let's rate it on the chart. Spruce then, the cost is good. Doesn't look that great though, and it's not that durable. Now, let's get to pine. Something I was sanding over there. Pine is it's another popular wood. And it's a lot like spruce in that it's soft wood and it grows fast. It's not too bad a price. A little more expensive than spruce. And it's pretty workable for woodworking because it's soft. And it has a good looking grain. Of course, the problem is it's also weaker and dents easier. So while it is decorative, you know, you could maybe put it on the ceiling or walls, but you don't want to put it on floors either because it'll start wearing after a while as well. So let's mark that on the chart. So pine, cost is okay. We'll give it a check mark. It looks good, but it's not durable. So there you have it. Each of these woods has their good and bad points. Something you may want to know about them before you decide to go ahead and buy one of them to use for whatever project you might work at. Now, if I only told you the good things about these woods, you know, take out all the X's, you might be disappointed with your choice because you don't know the downsides. And if I only told you the bad things about them, well, you might choose the wrong one for what you want. So making the right choice is about knowing what you need and knowing the downsides ahead of time. It might surprise you then to find out that humility, yes, something encouraged by Jesus in our lesson from Luke 18, it's about knowing the good and the not so good about yourself. That's how one becomes humble. Being humble is about knowing your limitations, about knowing what you're good at, what gets check marks, and knowing what doesn't get check marks. It's about knowing what you're good and not good at. It's about being honest with yourself and others regarding what you can or can't do well or not so well. Now, the surprising thing about people who admit to knowing such things about themselves and are honest about it, those people, they try harder to learn. And they do that because they know and admit that they aren't perfect, but they make an effort to become a little more perfect step by step. Let me give you an example. A student who thinks they know everything and don't need any help and won't admit they have difficulties, that is usually the student who never looks for help when they're in trouble. But a student who knows they are having problems and can humbly admit it is more likely to look for help, to get it, and to succeed in the end. Humility, then, isn't only about how we treat others, although it does help us to treat others with respect, but it's also about our own self-improvement, something our loving God wishes for each of us. So may you walk humbly with God and discover the benefits